Hello, welcome to KYA, Know Your Aspirants here on TAP TV. My name is William Sabule, and I want to thank you very much for those of you that have been following us up to this time. And if you're just seeing this video for the first time, well, do well to stay connected by first subscribing to this channel. Click on the subscribe key and don't forget to also turn on your notification key. That helps you to get notified whenever we come up with a new profile. Well, on this program, we X-ray the profiles of politicians vying for the 2023 general elections, especially those ones vying for the presidential seat. Well, we're doing this to help you make informed decisions when you go out to cast your vote at the general elections. So today we'll be looking into the profile of a very astute politician here from the South, a man that has been described as Mr. Project. I'm sure you want to know who that man is. You stay tuned. After this break, we'll get into that profile. We'll be right back.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice. This message is proudly brought to you by THAV Media Limited.
Welcome back from that break. I've been joined by Mr. Victor Sioko, our in-house political analyst. You're welcome, Mr. Victor.
Make our way.
Yes. Yes, today I know you want to go the Xray route. Other times you do Igbos, but now you're doing the Xray. That's very nice. You're welcome, Mr. Victor.
Thank you, sir.
And the person we'll be talking about today is none other than the Rivers State Executive Governor in person of NYESOM WIKE. All right. And we want to go into his identity card. All right, let's take a look at what WIKE is. Well, he was born NYESOM WIKE on the 13th of December 1963. He's aged 58 years of age. His place of birth is Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and he's a card-carrying member of the People's Democratic Party, that is the PDP. His highest level of education is MA Political Studies from the Rivers State University of Science and Technology. One other thing that you may have taken note of is that he's also a barrister. Yes, he's also a graduate of law. Yes, he's also a graduate of law, so he has 2 degrees under his belt. His occupation, he's a politician and a lawyer. You can see it there, so he's a politician and a lawyer. That represents, you know, the 2 degrees that he has acquired. All right, moving on, his religion is Christianity. And the status of his firm, it was bought by a group. That same group I say I'm looking for so that they can sponsor my life and make me better. Well, let's talk about his identity card, Mr. Victor. What do you think of this?
Tough guy.
Yeah.
Really tough guy. Let me start with the age 58.
Yeah.
That's the average age we've been seeing so far for any of the aspirants. Okay, firm status bought by a group. I'm surprised that as rich as he is, a group is buying a form for him. Yeah. Just like we mentioned in other episodes, they are just playing smart. Okay, they don't want. For me, I think they don't want the financial institutions to come and hit them.
The
okay?
anti-graft agency.
Yes. So religion, he's a Christian, an Anglican. Place of birth, He's from Rumo Pericom,
Yes.
community in Port Harcourt, Obiakpo local government area.
Yeah.
Party PDP.
Yeah.
This is one of the oldest member of PDP.
Yeah. And he brags about it every time.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. He's been there since 1999.
Hasn't moved at any time. Yeah. Yeah.
He's unperturbed about moving. So, great profile. He's got the education. He's got law. He has a political studies to his name. So,
very
great
cool.
guy.
Yes, I agree with you. All right, let's move on to his portfolio. Well, he has been one-time executive chairman of Obiakpo local government area in Rivers State between 1999 and 2007. He has also been the Minister of State for Education and Acting Minister for Education. He's currently the Executive Governor of Rivers State from 2015 till date. All right, so that's a very interesting journey so far for him.
And, well, in the religious balance or the religious cycle or circle, people say he's a child of grace. Because he finished school 1997, and within 2 years, boom, local government chairman.
Yeah.
And as a local government chairman, he also got to the level of president of ALCON, that's the Association of Local Government Officials.
Yeah.
Then he got into the federal powers. He got into the federal level, rather, and he became Minister of State. Then he, with Goodluck Jonathan, at a particular point, you notice that with respect to the education of the Amajiris, they were the ones that really sponsored the education of Amajiris. About 9 million persons gained access to education. And I also wonder, why would the previous government or, the previous, just after Goodluck, sorry, we are still in the same government, rather, sorry.
Yeah.
So, but you would notice that there was a total breakage that made many Amajiris withdraw from school. I think they weren't pushed anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can see the result of that with respect to our insecurity. So you notice that while he was Minister of State for Education, due to his performance, he was promoted when Rekeyatu, the lady that was minister as at then, got sacked.
Yeah.
So he replaced her, and man, this man was able to accomplish a lot with respect to education. Even they had like 16. He mobilized for 16 child private schools. That it was fully free. The government took care of these schools. 16 big mega schools for girls, especially in the north. So then he now stepped down to vie for the position of the governor of Rivers State.
Yeah.
There were so much battle then. Yeah. But just like we know him, he's a strong man.
He's a very dogged man, yes.
Yeah, he pushed his way through and got the seat of governor of Rivers State up to date.
Yeah.
So he has a rich portfolio, and this portfolio can do well at the federal level, I think.
Yes, he has also said by himself that he's got the experience, he's got the resilience, he's got the strength, to make it up to the presidential villa. So we're looking out for him. It's a very dogged man as we know him here in Rivers State. Next, let's go into the highlights of his career. So in 2007, he was appointed as the Chief of Staff to the Governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi. He was appointed Minister of State for Education by President Goodluck Jonathan and promoted to the Federal Minister of Education in 2013. So he was also once, the Chief of Staff to Amechi, his harsh rival at the moment. What's your reaction to all of that?
Yeah, we should also note that before Amechi became governor, he was the campaign manager, and he really did well. The campaign was wow, because he went around all the corners of the state to campaign for his then boss. Yeah, unfortunately, things happen. Remember, politics, game of interest, and things can just happen overnight.
As they say, no permanent friends in politics.
Yes, yes. So then, just like we mentioned earlier on, he got promoted, he got appointed to become Minister of State for Education. Then you can imagine, he was just growing from local government, chairman, to chief of staff, to minister, to governor. Man of grace, I must say again.
And in all of this time, one would say that he has been very active in the political scene. At no point in time has he been really dormant. He's always very active and staying relevant within the political space. So for me, I mean, he's one politician to reckon with. And then, I mean, you stated his performance as a minister, excellent. He was the arrowhead in Goodluck's administration in fulfilling some of his, projects in the north. And today we see when the Almajiri people say, oh, Goodluck, you must run again for presidency because of the kind of work you have done. WIKE was that man that made that dream for Goodluck come through. So moving on, let's see more of his highlights. All right, WIKE has been accused of wasting state funds and playing politics through goodwill donations. Yes, the man has been donating a lot too. He has been accused of working only for his local government, that is the Obiakpo local government, and at some point recently he declared Rivers Guba aspirant, federal reps member Dagogo wanted. Oh, you want to react to this?
Yeah, I think I would like to start from the bottom. Let me just put some light with respect to him declaring the federal representative
Farada
Dagogo wanted. Yeah. Okay, it's just about politics here. Okay, and we know him as a no-nonsense man.
Yes.
Okay, and he always tried to be ahead of his rivals. Okay, so. Yeah, there are still allegations, still in court, but yes, he declared him wanted, and the matter is still being taken care of as of this time. Now, he's been accused of working only for his local government area. Yes, that's the accusation. And persons like Dakuku Peter Side, the former commissioner of works for the Amechi regime, and former gubernatorial aspirant or candidate for the, was it for the APC? Yeah,
yes,
right.
for the APC, yes, correct.
Okay, so he came out to say that, see, WIKE has concentrated Rivers money in Port Harcourt, in Obiakpo to be precise, okay? In as much as, yes, we know that we still have the Port Harcourt, in quotes, still has a Faga, that's Port Harcourt City local government by its corner. But he also tried to also let him know, as in WIKE's group, himself and his group, also trying to let Dakuku know that in his place of Opobo, that WIKE himself was the one that was able to make rules that he can comfortably from Port Harcourt drive his car to his community. Okay, but we should also note that, yes, I'm not a Rivers man, but I can see that he has really done so much in his local government than others. Let's also note that he is currently, or he will soon finish the 10 flyovers that he's been building for a while, though.
Yeah.
In as much as, yes, there is these accusations, further accusations, saying that these funds that he has linked up with the contractors to siphon money, okay, through this project. But one thing I should also let Nigerians to also know that, see, we've been living with corrupt politicians for so long now, okay? And I'm not trying to justify, I do not have those full details about, I'm not going to declare him innocent or guilty, but we should also note that we've been clamoring for our governors to invest in our states. We cannot, as it stands, I don't see any miracle that will happen that our state governors will not in any way misappropriate funds. Okay? So, in his own case, at least, just like his foe, that's the Amechi himself, will say, these are changes that you will see. Mind you, some governors out there will just be making rhetorics.
Yes, they
you
won't do any
cannot
of
see
this.
anything on ground. They will say, okay, they spent this amount of money for social security, education, but you're not seeing them. Okay, but in his own, I must say that with respect to transportation, he has done so well. Okay, in academics, I think he has tried his bit. Although personally, I think he has focused it to the judiciary, to law, because of the investments he has put in law and law schools. Science and technology, I don't think Rivers State he has done so much. I can't see that he has done much, not even so much, with respect to science and technology in the state. Okay, so let me not dwell so much on that. Then he's been accused of wasting state funds and playing politics through goodwill donations. Now, if you had noticed that he has really contributed outside the state, in the guise that this is Rivers State doing these projects, not his personal projects. So in Akwa Ibom, you will notice that from the report that he spent over 500 million to invest in a hospital on a local government in Akwa Ibom. He has also spent 5 billion in refurbishing and upgrading the law school in Yenegua. He also spent 200 million Kaduna IDPs. He also built a market that was burned down in Sokoto. I'm mentioning him as because he's the #1 citizen of the state, and he has control of these funds. Okay, in as much as yes, they put it up that it's being put up that it is Rivers State government that is doing this. Okay, but yeah, that's why some persons are saying, see, you are playing politics with this because you've had this intention to be president. Why are you using Rivers State's money
to sponsor all of that? Yeah.
So it is what it is, man.
Yes, he's a very interesting man. I mean, with his goodwill, I'm sure it will take him far in his bid to canvass for the highest office in the land. All right, looking at his declarations and plans is our next segment of the profiling. All right, he says, we can't continue the way we are in this country, and that is why things must be done in a different way. For him, that is why he's running for the highest office in the land. And with this statement, is this going to get him there?
Yeah, in a different way. We know he's a no-nonsense man. If it's about, if he gets to the level of becoming the president of the country, I think I have hopes for someone like him, with the performance he has dropped or he has established in Rivers State. No two ways about it. This is Mr. Project we are talking about. If it's about infrastructure, I think he's that man that will move Nigeria to the next level with respect to infrastructure. If it's about security, he is a no-nonsense man. In as much as Rivers State, we still have cases of kidnappings and co.
No, it's not as bad as it used to be anymore.
It's not as bad. And mind you, that's one cool thing this present governor, as in WIKE himself, did. When the sit-at-home
order came during the IPOP protest.
Yes,
and
it
all
almost
of that,
got to Rivers State. In fact, it started, okay? Not until he teamed up with, what I say, quality security personnel in this state, and they were able to calm things down.
Because it was really heated in the Oyigbo local government area of the state.
In as much as, bro, in as much as there are still reports saying that innocent lives were lost. Well, there are, like we say, these are just reports, though, unverifiable reports, okay? But come to think of it, if he had not made some moves, I'm not saying that he killed innocent lives, okay? But he was very active and proactive.
Yes, he stamped his foot on the ground and said, yes, this is not going to happen in my state.
Even he came out the other day to say that, the IPOBs, that he does not, it's not that he doesn't support their cause,
he's
okay?
not against their
but
cause,
the way they are going about it is wrong.
He doesn't approve of it, yes.
So,
and they will not bring it into his state until they go about it the right way.
Yes.
You know, and just to add, you know, remember at some point the security situation in the state was really bad when they were kidnapping people in a whole transportation buses, people coming into the state, they would just kidnap a whole bus, you know, and have people running hell skelter. He came in, stepped in and formed a security group with, locals around there, and they were able to arrest that situation.
They were efficient, my brother.
Yes, and today you hardly hear stories like that. Some months ago, one of such cases came up somewhere around, the Riverine area, one of the roads there, and they stepped in. I remember him saying that the local government chairman of that area should be held accountable because this cannot happen under his watch. You know, he has been very serious as to the security architecture of this state. And yes, he may not have touched every area, but as an average, person living in River State, I would say yes, he has really done well with his run as a governor. And even as a politician, man, he's been very, very relevant and very outspoken, even as a card-carrying member of the People's Democratic Party. All right, moving on, let's look at the politics and predictions. How far do you see our governor? I keep saying our governor because for those of you that don't know, we are broadcasting from Rivers State, Port Harcourt precisely. So yes, he's the governor of this state where we are. So how far do you see him going?
Either for the PDP, clinching the ticket is either he becomes first or second. But I will give him second, okay? I still believe that the Turaki of Adamawa.
The Atiku himself. He's a strong force.
That's a strong man.
He's a strong force, yes.
Then when it comes to, it's just like I will always analyze that politics of today is about who do you know and your money.
Yeah.
Okay. So in his own case, I think he has stepped on many toes, okay, in the PDP. His utterances doesn't augur well for some persons.
Some of the governors.
Yes, yes. And it's really an issue. For me, it will really be an issue for him, okay? But for money, pound for pound, I think he can
match the
strength of Atiku. But for that friendship, in as much as he's been there, he's PDP in and out. And he's been also voicing it out that persons like, in fact, PDP should not give power to persons that are vulnerable, that they can move to another party and move this power to another party. So, yes, he's been there for PDP since 1999, but it's more than that. These delegates we are talking about, you need to, it has to be about money. We are seeing it already. We can't shy away from that.
But with his huge donations so far, you think he doesn't have the money power to...
No. He has the money. No two ways about that. Okay? But what about friendship? You cannot just buy everybody.
But so one would argue that, with his records as a PDP member, he seemed to some as a unifier. Like he's been...
Is he really?
Well, in some of the crises that have been within the party, okay, let's take, for instance, the Edo State situation. He went there and he was able to quell the situation. And
he went hard on those guys, man.
Well, he went hard and was able to save the governor from losing his seat.
And no, that was them. But what about what happened now?
Well,
with the deputy?
Okay, so, if we were going to go into that situation, I wouldn't blame the governor. He was angry at the fact that, after all I've done for you, look at you, open your mouth to make it look like irrelevant. So if you look at it from that light, and we don't know what has happened behind the scene, who knows?
Just like you mentioned, he's vocal, no two ways about that. But I think there is a level to being vocal, okay?
I agree.
So that you don't just end relationships, okay? And mind you, this is this same issue that you just stated that happened this year. Just some months to the election. Time that you are supposed to be mending fences, you are now lashing persons. You get, and mind you, this has ripple effects. From one person, another person might get influenced by those speech. Just like what the politics happening inside PDP. PDP on their own are still having, from reports that we are getting, that PDP are still having issues with his character, his personality, that he might just be voicing out old secrets and all that. They feel that him being vocal is more like his weakest point. Okay? Well, the weekend is almost here, and
yes.
we'll get to know. But my prediction, I still stand that, unfortunately for him, he might just come second.
All right.
While Turaki will become the flag bearer of the PDP.
Right. Like I always say on the program, let the best man win at the end of the day. And, you know, as Nigerians, we're all praying that, you know, we get the best and most suitable candidate at the seat of power after 2023 general elections, because we really need that right now. Nigeria needs someone that is really brave and strong enough to pull us out of, you know, the hole that we're in at the moment. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Victor.
Thank you,
and
sir.
to our viewers, that's all we'll be taking today. Don't forget to join us next time for another profiling of another politician running for the 2023 general elections. So till next time I come your way again, my name is Williams Abule, and this has been KYA, Know Your Aspirants on TAF TV. See you next time.